was on the 101 freeway, making its way eastbound. Right now we're heading westbound on Ventura Boulevard. Going back to those pit maneuvers, they actually pitted it twice, that vehicle going off the roadway at one point, but then regaining its control and getting back onto the freeway. We've seen it make dangerous moves, swerving into oncoming traffic, cutting other vehicles off, and it seems to be intentional. Now, is that intentional as I'm threatening to maybe injure somebody else, or is it or maybe it's intentional if I drive more reckless, the CHP will back off? That is unknown at this time, but what I can tell you, the officers from California Highway Patrol have a very dangerous situation on their hands, and they're working desperately to get this driver under control before somebody gets hurt, being that driver or possibly an innocent person. Right now, though, I'm going to get some speeds up for you there so you can get an idea. 50 miles an hour, almost 60 miles an hour on Ventura. It's Friday afternoon. We don't see a lot of cars out here, but there is a lot of traffic. There you go. You're going to see it right there. But again, making his way, that's going to be Topanga Canyon. California Highway Patrol working to block him in, trying to do what they can to bring this to an end. There's another pit maneuver, and now they're going to try to block him in, and it looks like it might be over if that car is disabled. You can see a number of weapons being pointed at that driver. Hopefully this is going to come to an end right now. Marla, I'm sorry if I'm running on. I just can't hear you right now.
Stu, that's okay, but we're looking to get the current location as this has come to an end, and according to our extreme nav, it looks like this is DeSoto Avenue and Ventura Boulevard. Guns drawn. You can see that the driver's now
work for the CHP.
Abiding officers and at least showing one hand out the window as we watch this. This is always when it gets extremely tense. Now it looks like both hands are out the window as officers are now directing this suspect to get out of the car after leading CHP officers on this very dangerous pursuit through Woodland Hills on the 101 onto surface streets, and then coming to an end because of what was maybe the third attempted pit maneuver, but this one here worked. And now we have ended it here at DeSoto and Ventura Boulevard in Woodland Hills. So we're going to watch, as we always do, to watch these pursuits play out, because this is obviously when it can get very dangerous. But it looks like that the driver is going to do as he's told. We're getting a look. He gets out, hands up. He's saying, "Here's my hands." There we go. So he's saying, I'm okay. I'm not armed. Okay, and it looks like, I don't know if he's injured, but he's doing as told, which is he's supposed to turn around. Officers will direct him to the ground, and eventually they're asking him clearly to lift up his shirt to see maybe if he has a weapon on his waistband. Yep, they're making sure that he is not armed. Maybe they got word that he's armed. Now they're directing him to back up. He's doing as told. And it should be only a matter of time until they're going to put this suspect into custody officially. And that officer still has his gun drawn at the vehicle because it seems that there may be more passengers there. They never know. They always suspect the worst. So the driver officially in custody, guns drawn. We always pay attention to officers' demeanors when it comes to situations like this. It still looks very tense, which leads me to believe that they know that there is perhaps somebody else in the vehicle. As we are going to zoom in here and get a closer look of this officer taking this driver, making sure that he is cuffed. And yep, there seems to be, do you see somebody else inside? I'm talking to my colleagues here in the Fox 11 newsroom. It doesn't look like we have eyes on somebody else, but nonetheless, this officer still has his weapon drawn as we're seeing the suspect now being put onto the patrol car officially. Does it look like he was resisting at first? In any case, it looks like he is in cuffs there, and they're patting him down. They are speaking to somebody else. They are speaking to somebody else, so there must be somebody else in that Prius. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the end. It came to a violent end of this CHP pursuit. Woodland Hills, DeSoto Avenue, and Ventura Boulevard. So far, one suspect has been taken into custody, and we're assuming that there is another person in this Prius. The want originally was theft of a catalytic converter. We've been reporting a lot about that issue, especially as it relates to, in fact, the Toyota models. This just is coincidence, I think, that this is oh, I see another hand on the wheel. You're going to see there, because I have a different view. I have two views here, so I'm getting a little preview of what you're going to see at home. So you're going to see this female passenger step out of the car and put both hands up.
Second person. That person might have been in the back seat. That was really unusual. There was nobody in that front passenger seat. Got out of the back seat of the vehicle. You know, this is over, and there were no injuries, even though it was extremely dangerous. But you know, you might kind of wonder if this was some sort of crazy Uber ride, because that person in the back seat of that vehicle, clearly this person also might be a little bit intoxicated. You can see just the motions and how that person is acting with the California Highway Patrol. Amazing work by these men and women from the California Highway Patrol this morning or this afternoon. You know, you saw that aggressive, I don't know if we played that tape back, but you saw those aggressive moves, and they were doing that because of the high speeds and the dangerous maneuvers this Prius was making as it got off the freeway and was endangering other people or making aggressive moves towards other vehicles at high speeds on the freeway. So you can see right now, second person in custody. You can see them making an approach, so I have to believe that now that vehicle is empty, and of course they're going to look in that back seat, probably pop that hatch, but two people in custody. That driver of that Prius is going to have some serious charges. Again, though, just amazing work. Nobody injured, but extremely high speeds today and such dangerous maneuvers out here, coming to an end at the corner of DeSoto and Ventura. Code 4, that's what we were looking for. Marla?